Scrub-a-dub-dub, what's in the dub, what's going on, my subscribers? Ace here, and I am here with my Week 5 team builder against Lee, the head coach of the Cherrygrove Charizards, and now looking over at Lee's team with the nice little shuffle icons. Even his shuffle icons team, like, the shuffle icons of his team look terrifying as the team actually is. It's terrifying overall. So you guys will see Alakazam, Mega Alakazam, which is his, like, it's going to be his Mega, and against me, I expect him to bring it. But I mean, he could not bring it if he doesn't really want to. I just expect him to bring it because I do have the Sand Rush Extra Drill, which he'd like to trace because Tyranitar does play a really good role on his team. So he has the Zapdos, Tyranitar, Haxorus, Slurpuff, Porygon Z, Cofagrigus, Seismitoad, Hitmontop, Garbodor, Samurott, and Wigglytuff. And now, like I said, overall this team is extremely threatening, and I have to be very careful because pretty much any of these mons can kind of sit up in my face and absolutely obliterate me. I mean, like half of these things get Calm Mind or Swords Dance or Belly Drum freaking shenanigans, or you can just put a Specs or Scarf on them and they're monsters against you, and it's a very scary team to go up against. So I felt I kind of had to just overall cover everything on Lee's draft with my draft and kind of go after it the way that I feel that Lee would prepare for me. So I felt, okay, the best way to prepare for Lee is just to kind of cover everything, but not leave myself vulnerable to one mon in particular. So as you guys can see the team up there, we have Durant, Stoutland, Latias, Excadrill, Blastoise, and Weezing. Now overall I felt this team kind of covered everything that Lee has, but allowed me just kind of good switch initiative, so if I need to swap into something to cover something, I have that ability. So we'll go into the sets here, and these nicknames are actually Overwatch nicknames, if you guys don't recognize them. I'm not big into Overwatch, really. I know a couple of the characters, like I know Lee's icon is what our Latias is named after, DVA, but I'm not really not big into it, so if I mispronounce some of these nicknames, I apologize. I'm not big into the Overwatch scene, so please take it a little easy on me for that. But we'll start off right here with Durant, who is rocking the X-Scissor, Superpower, Crunch, and Iron Head. Now it has the Hustle ability, which boosts its power, which is really nice for us because a lot of Lee's draft isn't super bulky. Like there's some good bulk there with Cofagrigus and the Garbodor, and even Seismitoad and Hitmontop. They're pretty bulky overall. And Zapdos in its own right, but like this thing, if it hits those, it's gonna be putting in that nice extra power with the Hustle ability. And then I also put the Adamant Nature on there because we are gonna be running the Choice Scarf, as you guys can see. This is specifically like my Mega Alakazam counter, but if it's regular Alakazam, then like in a sense it could just be to get it down to its sash, and then I could basically be doing things from there. So overall I felt this was a pretty solid set to put in there. I speed crept Mega Alakazam speed, and I only need 149 speed with the Choice Scarf to outspeed it. And now I know that Lee has a couple mods like Seismitoad and Hitmontop that get knockoff right off the bat, but realistically I don't see myself staying in against those mods just because like this is my Mega Alakazam counter, and that's one of the biggest threats to my team is Mega Alakazam. And I really felt that having this thing just late game is really, really important for getting rid of that Mega Alakazam, which I feel like Lee would preserve till the end. So yeah, that's really like Genji's rule, the Durant there. It's just just to make sure it checks that the Mega Alakazam, and then it can kind of come in whenever it wants in a revenge kill, because if anything's at low HP, it's picking it off because it's so fast with the Choice Scarf that it's really just going to be blowing holes through anything. Now we will move on to our second mon in Stoutland, which is the Torbjorn. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but I felt this set was kind of nice to have. I chose another Choice Scarfer because I kind of wanted to bluff the Sand Rush ability because, well, Lee has a T-Tar, so I felt okay if you bring Sandstream, if he doesn't realize that I have that Sand team, then this mon could kind of take advantage of that. But I was like, Lee's a little too smart for that, so I kind of want to just bluff that and see what he'll do. And then I was thinking, let's bring Sand myself. So we're going to have Sand popping up in the team later, and I'll talk about it. But I felt this mon was kind of a unique way to kind of catch Lee off guard. So it's running the Pursuit, Retaliate, Facade, and Superpower. I know I said this out of order. That was kind of weird. I don't know why I did that, but either way, just bear with me. So I did the Jolly Nature because if Mega Alakazam actually runs HP Fire for Durant, then I can actually outspeed this with the Choice Scarf, because the way that you have to EV for HP Fire is you actually have to lower the stat, like the EV or IVs for speed, so that would put him at 30 and actually make him slower than Stoutland, which is pretty good for our team there. So I felt the Pursuit was pretty nice, because once Lee kind of just gets scared of this mon, I can Pursuit Trap it out and just take it out basically. The Facade is there because I am running the Scrappy ability, so the Cofagrigus, basically, if it comes in and tries to willow me, I can still get off that Facade. Now, I do have to be careful of that, because the Scrappy ability will go away after Mummy, because it negates it after a physical touch, so I have to be wary of that as well. So I might need to go for the Pursuit and stuff like that. But if I get burned and then later in the game I still have the Scrappy, I can still go for Facades, which is really nice. And the Retaliate is just lovely to, come in after something dies and just like pop a humongous hole in whatever basically comes out against me. So then, yeah, we'll move on to our next spawn. We have DVA, the Latias, with the Kaza Berry, which is actually the berry that resists the Ghost typing, because super effective moves, or super effective typing against Latias is the Ghost typing. So I felt, with Shadow Ball on Mega Alakazam and Cofagrigus, those two mons could definitely be a problem for this thing. And you guys may ask why I'm not running a Colbert Berry for Tyranitar. Well, it actually gets the ability Unnerve, so I was like, okay, that's not really smart, because it's unlikely that Lee will actually run Sandstorm, because or like Sandstream on his Tyranitar, just because I have a Sand team basically, a team that benefits from it, and so he would run Unnerve, and a Colbert Berry would mean absolutely nothing to me. So I might as well cover the two mons that I felt would be more of a problem for Latias, because that's what they would hit Latias for, because I don't think that Alakazam actually gets Ice Beam. I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually. So like we're pretty much good overall that way. And this Latias with the max HP, max special defenses, are especially defensive wall. But I did put the Modest Nature on there just to be dropping Shadow Balls and Dracos, just to like kind of put pressure on both the Cofagrigus, the Mega Alakazam, and then just Draco on anything that isn't the Slurp buff basically. And you guys also see that we are running the Sandstorm on there, so I thought that was a nice touch. I decided to run I decided not to run the Smooth Rock with the Sandstorm, because realistically I feel like Mega Alakazam could take too much advantage of the Sandstorm if I don't have it only for a couple of turns, because it could trace my Sand Rush on my Excadrill, which we are running if you guys were wondering. But yeah, no, I felt that this thing overall was a great wall to the Mega Alakazam, and then just something that I can just have like swap in there and sit and eat up hits, because naturally it is really bulky, as you guys see, with that natural 130 special defense and decent 90 special defense, which is really, really nice. And like this thing outspeeds a couple things on Lee's team, so I wasn't really worried, and I just kind of wanted to put the Modest Nature on there, just give it a little more power. Now we move on to our next mon, which is Reinhardt, the Excadrill with the Assault Vest. And like I felt this thing was pretty solid overall. We could take a couple hits. I know that Alakazam gets Energy Ball, a couple different mons like Zapdos get Heat Wave, so the Assault Vest was nice there just to have on there. Oh yeah, and Scald from like Seismitoad and stuff like that. Like this thing can just take a small hit from those mons and then just get off a really powerful attack. So I do have the Sand Rush ability, which would be like a good bluff against Lee. And I can bring this thing out kind of like faking like on my Choice Scarf in the sand and kind of just blow things back. Now I have the Earthquake, X-Scissor, Iron Head, and Rock Slide. Just overall, I think great coverage for everything on Lee's team. Nothing really wants to like swap in on this mon really. And yeah, that's Reinhardt. Basically, if I get the sand up for just a little bit, I can basically lure in that the Mega Alakazam. And then I just have to watch out for Focus Blast, basically. But if he's not running it, then I have like a Psychic is easily taken by the Excadrill, and also Torben can swap in pretty freely, and then with the Choice Scarf can come in there and just Pursue Trap it out. And that'll put me in a really good position. So, like, overall I felt this was really solid. And if Lee actually does decide to bring the Tyranitar with the Sandstream, that's all the more benefit to me, and just having this mon with the Sand Rush ability. Now moving on to our next mon, we have Lucio, the Mega Blastoise with Water Pulse, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, and HP Grass. Now, I specifically did HP Grass because of the Seismitoad, which absolutely walls this Mega Blastoise otherwise. And Water Pulse, Dark Pulse, and Ice Beam are just great coverage. Ice Beam for the Zapdos, Dark Pulse for the Mega Alakazam, and the Cofagrigus, and the Water Pulse just for anything else that wants to basically come in. I was debating Aura Spear over Ice Beam, but I felt that Ice Beam was a little more solid just because I could see Lee not actually bringing Tyranitar, and Water Pulse just hits more options better. So yeah, overall, I felt that I needed just enough speed to outspeed the Seismitoad because it does get pretty decent coverage, and I don't want to get toxic on this mon. So if I can really just get off an HP Grass against the Seismitoad and just blow it back, then I'm in a really good position. So I know that Seismitoad would actually, like if Lee brought it, he would speed creep it to just outspeed a normal set for Blastoise. So I sped creep it a little bit for the natural speed creep that you would do for that. That may not be like that much of a factor really, but you know, I felt it was kind of important to do just because I want to outspeed that, and every advantage I can take is really good. Now the final one that we have here is our physical wall, and one that I really enjoy, and that's kind of why I made it the last mon to kind of show off here. So we have a max HP, max defense with like little investment in special attack. But we actually have the Custap Berry Destiny Bond set on the Weezing, the Bastion, which is I've heard this character in Overwatch. I know it's really annoying, but this is actually going to be a really annoying mod for against Lee. So I have the Will-O-Wisp for basically Haxorus, Slurpuff, anything that wants to come in and try and set up on me. I will get the Will-O-Wisp off, and I will eat a hit because Weezing is super duper bulky against both those mons. Even Moldbreaker Earthquake isn't doing too much to me. It's probably doing 50%, but then I get off a Will-O-Wisp after that. And if he does take me down to a low HP, I do have the Custap Destiny Bond, so I can take out whatever setup mon he has out. And I'd really like to get this down to low HP and then kind of take the Mega Alakazam out with me, just as it comes in to kind of revenge kill or something like that. But I do have the Dark Pulse in case I'm predicting just to swap in and I'm at too high of an HP to kind of activate my Custap Berry. And overall, I just think this is a really like unique and just kind of fun set that I was able to like kind of come up with, and I thought this would work really against Lee because like his mons are really set up and really strong. But I don't feel that, you know, any of them can take, other than maybe Alakazam or Porygon Z could really take out a Weezing in one shot. Like even Choice Specs Zapdos I think doesn't kill with a Thunderbolt. So like I think I'm in a really good position with this mon. So overall, you know, I just feel this is the best team that I could bring. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, and make sure to check out Lee's team builder as well, and all of the other team builders on there, because we all try really hard for this. But you know, Lee is somebody I respect really like highly. I think he's a great battler, and he's really wise. I mean, he's one of the oldest members in the Pokemon community, and he's a really nice guy. So you guys definitely check him out, and make sure to, you know, to let him know I sent you. And yeah, guys, I'd really appreciate that. Have a good one, guys. I'm out. Bye-bye.